Hey guys, super bummed out right now. So I I started recording Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 3 tonight. And I played for about 45 minutes. While I was recording and whatnot, everything seemed like it was working. I was getting level readings from everything when I started. And everything looked like it was working great, but it wasn't. There's no game audio. It's just my voice, my face cam, obviously, and the game footage, but there's no game audio. It didn't record any kind of audio and whatnot, which left my footage totally useless. I'm not entirely sure why it happened. I mean, I don't know. I think it's because the desktop audio stuff wasn't set up the way it was supposed to be. And I was warned with my new setup that that was probably how it was going to be, where I had to double check every little thing to make sure that audio stuff didn't get changed, but I did not. I did not realize it, and that ruined the game footage for that. I'm going to have to let that one. I'm going to do that one during a live stream. And I'm going to do Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 4 during a live stream as well. And the reason for that is because I can't go back and re record it now because all of the jump scares are very fresh in my mind, and they won't get me the way they got me the first time. And I mean, it sucks because chapter 3 was the first one that was like truly and utterly terrifying to me. I was scared the whole time. And if you guys want, I can release the video anyway, and you guys can watch me just get jump scared by random stuff. Uh, I'm just gonna have to double check every little thing. So I think it's, yeah. I think it's some of the stuff I've got set here. I'm just looking at Realtek digital output was not selected. It was set to be my Mixamp Pro game audio, which is why there's nothing for it to record. That sucks. But anyway, that was the first video that I was actually going to post, just because that was one I was super excited about. I was all excited to go back to the series that I had kind of left behind and whatnot. Bendy and the Ink Machine, it's been a good chunk of time since I did one of those. I am at least planning on going back to the Halo Legendary Marathon. If I have to play through that myself, I will. It's going to take a long time. And I'm pretty sure the last couple of levels are going to be impossible. But if Umbra is still willing and we can find a way to make it work, we're going to be going to that. And I wanted to address the evil within. I think I've talked about this before, but I wanted to address that here and now. The Evil Within 2 was something I played because I thought it would take me outside of my comfort zone. Obviously, I don't do well with horror. I'm ill at ease with just about any horror game. Bendy and the Ink Machine I can do because it fools me into being confident for just a little bit, and that scares the hell out of me. The Evil Within 2 was something where I was just chronically afraid of everything. And that's fine, that's good, that's what you want in a horror game. But horror has never really been my genre. And that's why I love playing it for YouTube and whatnot, is because it's so far out of my comfort zone that while I enjoy it a little bit, the scares that I get are so real, so intense, which I think is something that you can kind of get desensitized to after a while. But that was a series. It was tedious to me. I played a couple of episodes and I made some progress, and I did okay. I won't say I did well, but I did okay. Especially considering I was playing on the hardest difficulty, and that was probably a mistake. That, admittedly, was probably my first mistake, was playing that on, like, Nightmare difficulty or whatever it was called on my first playthrough of any Evil Within game, because I didn't play the first one. I watched a Let's Play of the first one because it looked like it was going to be really good, and it was, but my policy with games like that, with the exception of Bendy and the Ink Machine, because they've updated and changed things since I watched the Let's Plays for them, if I've watched a Let's Play of it, it's really really hard for me to do a playthrough of it because the scares I've experienced them. I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's, for example. I have strategies from watching people's playthroughs of that, in addition to knowing how and when I'm dead already and when the jump scares are coming. It's just not something that I can play and have it be raw. Like my first time ever having dealt with it, you know? So I try to avoid doing that. And Bendy and the Ink Machine, like this recording, I was so happy by the end of that recording because it had gotten me so good. And I got out to the desktop. I didn't even bother quitting out of the game. I got out to the desktop. I hit the stop recording and whatnot, and I looked at my audio levels, and the audio levels for everything except my microphone were dead still. They weren't doing anything. And my heart just went right through my stomach. I was like, oh, maybe it recorded it and it just didn't like have audio balancing going on, or maybe the monitors just aren't showing anything when it's fine. And I started up the video and I couldn't hear the main menu's music. And I skipped ahead in the video and I couldn't hear me swinging the pipe or doing anything. And oh, it was just so gut wrenching because I was so proud of the way I handled myself in that game. I had, for the first time, like, I have a tendency during games like that to go silent. At times, I have a hard time continuing to speak because I'm so on edge, and I had kept up the speaking the whole time really well, and it was a recording that had just gone perfectly as far as I was concerned, and it just fell flat. What I am gonna do, the reason I'm sending this out is because I was so excited I was gonna get that uploading tonight and have a game for you guys to watch by Monday morning, which is kind of when I'd hoped to really have things starting and going. But I wanted to let you guys know that this is something that just happened, and I am so sorry. But before I go to bed here, and I do have to get to bed because I have to work tomorrow, but before I go to bed, I'm gonna go through OBS and I'm gonna get everything set up the way that it's supposed to be set up, get it all taken care of, so that way the next recording I do will be totally fine. Now, I am in the process of editing 2 other videos. One of them became completely unusable. At one point, I got to a point in the editing, and the encoding had... I'm assuming I just overtaxed my graphics card because it was doing the encoding and playing the game. Because encoding with the CPU is just, it's hard on my computer, it really is. But I'm assuming I overtaxed the GPU for a while there, and everything was just washed out and pixelated beyond belief. And it would have been one thing if the pixelation had only lasted for a couple of minutes. I would have just found a way to transition that, or a way to mask it, or just cut it out, and but it was like 2 minutes of the video that was just nothing but garbled garbage, and that was unusable, and that was fine. I was like, all right, this is just one of 3 deals, as long as the other 2 pan out. And Bendy and the Ink Machine was kind of my way to replace the video I hadn't done. And that was the one I wanted to do first, like I said, because that one was the one I was most excited about. And then to have it flop was just... But anyway, hopefully, I don't know, I don't get done with work until like 7:30 tomorrow night, and I'm not going to really want... When I get done with that, I'm not really going to want to record or edit anything tomorrow. I'm probably going to want to go to bed. I was sick all day today, and I worked anyway, and that's going to come back and bite me in the butt tomorrow. I'm going to be miserable. But when I get home, I'm just going to relax, take care of myself, and then I will start fresh on this. I have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday off of my main job this week, so shouldn't be an issue to get some videos up for you guys this week. No questions asked. If I don't have anything by Friday, I will be severely disappointed in myself. And that was kind of what prompted me to do some recording tonight. Is I said, I really need to get moving on this. I really need to do more. And so I did. And now, like, having this happen just kind of sucked all the motivation out of me, in addition to the time constraint. Because I got to work in 11 hours, 8 of which I need to be sleeping, and at least one of which I'm going to need to get ready. So, anyway, that leaves me with 2 spare hours in the morning. Maybe I can fit in some recording there while usually my morning routine consists of watching a little bit of TV and just messing around, maybe playing a game or two. So maybe I'll record something tomorrow. It won't be Bendy and the Ink Machine, and I'm sorry for that, but I'll find something. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Anyway, that's all I had for you tonight. I will see you guys next time. Plasma Storm, signing off.